Time is?
Infinite. Relative.
You are quite a simple organism to possess the knowledge you do.
You're only saying that because you don't know me.
Everyone's giving Saudi Arabia shit for killing a journalist, but I really wish more people would do that.
If Trump starts killing journalists, he's just gonna go up in the polls. That's all I'm saying.
And with that, hello and welcome to a new episode of The Refundables with your hosts Punch and Peppy.
We're reviewing A Hat in Time, which is,
It's a retro-style 3D platformer.
It reminds me of Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. And he needs to collect carrots to power his time machine to go back forward in time.
Dude, there were so many of these types of games in the early 2000s. There were so many like time travel and 3D platformers combinations in the 2000s. It was absurd. And then we all collectively realized that platformers shouldn't be 3D, and we fucking stopped.
Like, unforgivable 3D platforms should just be outlawed together with mixed marriages.
Just like interracial marriages, we left that shit in the 2000s for a reason.
That's right. That's right.
Well, you play as a little girl. You play as a little girl with a hat who lives in her little spaceship, which is furnished like a children's room, just like in every other retro platformer.
Jamie, is it a spaceship, or is it a time ship, or is it a space time ship?
It's a space-time ship. And then space mobsters stop her for...
First of all, they're not space mobster. This is discrimination.
They basically stop you on your way home to have you pay, I guess, protection fees.
It's not really clear why they stop you, but yeah.
Oh, if you want to pass by our planet, if you want to use this route, then you better pay up, pay pig. And you're like, no. And then they fuck up and all your fucking time fuel goes flying out the window. So as a little girl in your space-time ship now without fuel, you have to go get your fuel back. But no one has seen these things before. So they're all using them for weird stuff.
Mostly for decoration, it seems like.
Most of the places you go to, they seem to mostly be interested in using them as decor.
Remember in the 30s or 20s when we discovered radioactive shit, and then everybody started putting it on their face because it's neat?
Oh yeah, it was radioactive watch, radioactive car, radioactive...
There was radioactive makeup, so you have a healthy glow. And then women's faces starting rotting off.
Maybe this was a bad idea.
Maybe we should stop now.
Yes, and it's reflected in the game.
I'm thinking the hourglasses are highly radioactive, that's why they're glowing, and everybody's gonna die from cancer in 20 years.
But she's not the only little girl in Mafia World.
Yeah, but that girl is weird. She's got a mustache.
As far as visuals and story go, it's pleasantly childish and captures the feel of the retro 3D platformers in that aspect. But something felt off about it.
See, now this is where... Did somebody say go off? I'm gonna go off.
Yes. You get the go off juice.
Something about the game, I don't know if it's because I'm old and I'm not interested in
I literally wrote down, maybe that's just my old cynical ass now that I'm not a toddler anymore.
This is what I wrote. Personal dislike for the game I cannot explain because all the parts of the game are solid.
I've played 3D platformers quite recently. I really enjoyed Super Mario Odyssey. But this game, the presentation and the setting, they feel like perfect imitations of retro 3D platformers. And everything feels there. The visuals and the story is appreciably camp. It's a clinical copy, and it feels almost like it doesn't really have a soul.
The presentation itself is I wrote, cutesy without being annoying. There's no, meme jokes. There's no how do you do, fellow gamers jokes. It's playing it pretty straight. There's no dumb shit. And all I expected it to be is there's other exploration games where you go to a planet. It's okay, there's 4 hourglasses in the world, and you need to find them and just get them, right? In this game, it's get 1 hourglass, then the level ends. You can't explore the world, because the moment you get to your objective, it's done.
But I mean, you can go back and explore the side content.
You can, but why would you go back?
Yeah, the first playthrough, there's nothing really to motivate you to look around, I guess.
Yeah, because I expected to collect the hourglass and it to be okay, now you go, there's an exit to the level. I like the world, I like the original levels. It's not just ice level, fire level, water level. The worlds they've built are original. Ideas are good, but as you said, there's like a soul of it lacking.
Maybe younger generation, or just kids, or just anyone who hasn't experienced those old retro games can more appreciate this because they wouldn't know what it's like to play those old games, so they might not get the same feeling that I do.
I think us being old people, that's why we don't like this.
Maybe this will be, the new generation's Mario 64, because as far as everything goes, everything is there.
Yeah.
I started it up. Everything felt nice. The controls were nice. The moves are basic, but that's fine. You take those basic moves and you combine them into interesting gameplay, which is interesting enough. There's nothing wrong with the gameplay.
Yeah, the hat mechanic's interesting. The different hats you get are interesting.
The twist is that you have special hats that you can create by finding special yarns in the world. And all these different hats you can create have like special effects. Some hats will make you faster. Some hats will make you hit harder. They'll have even more unique effects later on once you get further into the game. And they all take a certain amount of yarn that you have to collect to create. And you can swap these out on the fly, which is cool. So you don't have to stick with one hat for a level. You can switch it up mid-level for doing something else.
Different hats unlock different abilities for you to interact with the world. Like a hat that you make explosive potions with.
Or they open up new routes and stuff.
Yeah. There's a good level design with like a lot of verticality.
There's lots of vibrant, colorful elements all throughout the levels, of course. And you're helping penguins with their rivalries. You're exploring semi-haunted houses. Not quite haunted houses. All the worlds are very visually distinct. And also story-wise, they all have their unique stories. You have the time rift, weird, surreal world where everything is floating that you, of course, need in any game that has time as an aspect.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, look at these clock cogs floating around. Look, there's time crystals and cogs floating around. It's all timey-wimey.
Yeah, ooh, there's a sand clock going upwards.
Nah, you didn't expect that one.
Oh, there's like flower aging in reverse. Oh, wow.
How deep and mysterious. Don't worry, we get it. It's required. All across these worlds, there's different characters you meet, which have stories that align or oppose yours, or maybe both, in the case of some of them, where at the start they'll be your allies, and later on they'll be your sworn enemies.
I like the little, oh, we're friends now, and then they betray you and like enemies.
It's like a relationship meter, but it like goes into the backwards.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually, it's not a real relationship meter, it's just a visual gag. There's the badge seller, which will sell you badges.
I like the badge seller because he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, the badge seller is a fucking creep.
He touches little girls, he goes back in time and touches little girls.
But he sells these badges, which can modify your hats in different ways.
Yeah.
Which is also, another layer of pretty unique customization to your gameplay, which is nice.
Tiny upgrades, like when you would die from damage, it opens the parachute, enhances your abilities some way.
He's the upgrade seller.
He's the upgrade seller, but he's a creepy future guy. Time-traveling Bill Cosby.
Over the line!
Every world has its final boss fight as well.
Okay, Janie.
Oh, you're asking me now first?
Will you refund a hat in time?
Let me put it like this. Yes. Okay, let me expand on that. Yes, I will refund a hat in time. And it's not because it's not a good game or not a well-crafted game. It's just because it's not a game for me. But maybe if you haven't had such a long legacy of 3D platforming in the past, or just because you're unusually nostalgic towards them, go for it.
I feel similarly. On a personal level, I don't like this game. It's not that I don't like it. I have no feelings, negative or positive, about it.
It's like the Futurama the neutral planet.
Yeah, I'm the true centrist, as usual. No, on a serious note, you should try it, see if you like it, play an hour. If you don't like it, just refund it.
What we're saying is, we're not reviewers.
No,
Yeah, this is a useless review. Try a game yourself, you fuck. My verdict, leave it in 2000, just like the interracial marriages.
That's right.
Thanks for tuning in, and if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and hope to see you guys next week.